Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Megan Jacquier, a trained life coach turned renovator who's designing a life I love and showing you how to do the same. So if you're into DIY with the side of mindset coaching, go ahead and click that subscribe button right now. Today, we are talking about everyone's favorite topic, manual labor, specifically by way of talking about my backyard. Our backyard is fairly large. We live on about 1/4 of an acre and we have a great view of mountains and lakes. But when we first moved in, yikes. Our house was about 15 years old, and so we had some established plants, but actually, just let me show you. Okay, here is half the yard from the deck. Just half because I had to crop out some so you couldn't figure out exactly where I lived. I'm not about to let my 2 subscribers dox me. Anyway, just what is this? There was no thought to symmetry or balance. And what is this squat little pine tree? Also, you see the flower bed? See how full it is? Okay, if it's not green, that's a weed. They had completely taken over. So with that first look, you can see I had quite the job ahead of me. We've been in our house for 3 years now, making this our 4th summer. I'm gonna break it down for you year by year. And I have to apologize because this was pretty much all PYT for YouTube. So this video has a lot of pictures in less video. Year 1 was just about getting the yard back to 0. That meant removing all those weirdo plants and of course all the weeds, laying down some weed barrier so that they couldn't come back and throwing some mulch on top and getting the grass to be, you know, green. Year 2 was 2020 and COVID. So that, combined with the fact that our kid was a little bit older, meant that we knew we'd be spending a lot more time in our yard that year. And so we stepped it up. First, we added some planters, and that led us to be able to add a shade sail and some cafe lights to the deck. Once we had some shade on the deck, we were able to put up a hammock, which has been so nice. Down in the backyard itself, we added swings under the deck for each of us. We also added my beloved s'more station, fire pit. We also managed to paint the fence because it was in desperate need. We did also plant some new plants in a paltry attempt to flesh things out, but guys, that flower bed is just so huge. It barely made a dent in it. But plants are expensive. We couldn't afford to do everything at once. And finally, we added a raised garden bed in an attempt to be slightly more self-reliant. It didn't go so well. I have no idea what I'm doing while gardening, so I'm not gonna lie. This got out of hand pretty quickly, and I just kind of let it run wild. This was a huge improvement from when we moved in. It gave us a conversational spot around the fire and some actual places to sit in the backyard. We had nothing like that before, actually. It also gave us some place for our son to play a little bit and, you know, the chance to learn a new hobby, although we've already established how gardening actually went. Year 3 was basically a wash. Since we were working in our basement, we really didn't have any extra energy, so we were just kind of doing bare minimum maintenance out there. But that was fine for where we were at. Year 4 brings us to today. Huzzah! Some actual video in this video. The first big project of this year was our hot tub. We've been dying for one for years. Gabriel's dad was actually a hot tub salesman before he retired, so it pretty much runs in his blood. And we finally had a chance to get one. It was definitely a luxurious indulgence, but we don't regret it for a second. We're out there all the time. And now that it's summer, we just turn the heat down a little bit and it's super refreshing. Next on this year's project list was the sand pit. If you're a longtime subscriber, just kidding, I've only been doing this 3 weeks, then you might have seen that video. I'm gonna try to figure out how to link it like a real YouTuber, possibly over here. I guess we'll figure out when I'm editing. Anyway, that project was a lot of digging. I was definitely glad that we already had the hot tub installed on those nights, but our kids use it literally every day when we're out there, so well worth it for a sore back and 60 bucks. To top things off, this year we finally added some more plants. I've been waiting for this for so long, and this year was the year that we decided we're gonna step it up out there. All right, here we have all of the plants. So like all of these low ones and and those and those. Those are all ground cover, and then all of these taller flowering ones are more just so we don't just have ground cover, like we have like something up a little bit higher, something like that. I really didn't actually expect it to fill out the garden that much. I was hoping in future years that it would flesh things out a little bit more. But I think all of this combined with the bulbs that I forgot I had actually makes the garden look pretty legit this year. Like, it looks nice for the first year ever, which is great because it was a lot of work. Do you know how good gardening is for your health? First of all, vitamin D from the sun can help boost your immune system and lower your risk of some cancers. It acts as a de-stressor and mood booster. It can help you sleep better and combat weight gain, improves your self-esteem, and actually serves as a workout, as anyone who has spent a morning weeding can attest. Okay, if you've made it this far, you're probably wondering, what is she blathering on about? Well, I wanted to talk about the principle of the effort heuristic, which basically says the more effort we perceive goes into something, the more we value and appreciate it. I can tell you, when we first moved in and I saw how little thought and care was given to the yard, I did not appreciate it at all. But now that we've put our own blood, sweat, and tears into it and worked so hard, I love our backyard. For every hour that we've spent working on it, we've spent 20 more just enjoying it. Spending time in the hot tub, watching my son learn how to swim, looking at my boys as they dig in the sand pit, spending evenings in our hammock or on our swing chairs downstairs, just taking in the sunset. And I can't even tell you how many s'mores I've eaten. I have kind of an uncanny ability to eat a lot, like a lot. It certainly helps that we've added so many things to enjoy, from the hot tub to the fire pit, to the sandbox, to the swings. But I also know that because I labored over every hole dug for every plant, and Gabriel sweated over every paver leading to the hot tub, and every time he has to cut the grass, and with every shovelful full of dirt, I love our outdoor space now. And isn't that the great thing about a home? You get to make it exactly what you want it to be. And if you put more effort in, you'll get more out of it. You will appreciate things more. That's exactly how the effort heuristic works. So leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear about a space or a project that you've put your heart into and now can sit back and enjoy. If you want something extraordinary, it's worth the extra effort. That's all I've got for you today. See you next time. Eyebrow down, eyebrow down. Bane of my existence.